So, you're getting ready to take on a huge challenge for any Japanese learner, the JLPT N2. You've spent countless hours studying, you've drilled the grammar, but there's one opponent that trips up even the most prepared students. Today, we're going to give you the roadmap to beat that opponent. Let's dive right in. First things first, let's get real about what you're up against. The pass rate for the N2 globally is only about 40%. Yep, that means most people who take this exam don't pass. It's a seriously tough test, and it's not just about what you know. And that brings us to the big question, right? The one that keeps N2 candidates up at night. Why is this thing so hard? I mean, if you've done the work, you know the vocab, what's the secret?
Well, here it is. The N2 isn't just testing your Japanese. It's a full-on race against the clock. Speed is everything. And if you go in without a solid time management plan, you're at a huge disadvantage before you even open the booklet.
And believe me, you are not alone in feeling this way. Just listen to this test taker from Reddit. That feeling of rushing, of the clock just melting away during the reading section, that's not a you problem. It's practically built into the test. But don't worry, that's exactly what we're here to fix.
Okay, so let's start by breaking down the exam itself. You know, to beat the trap, you've got to understand how the trap is built in the first place.
And here it is. This is the heart of the N2 time crunch, this absolute monster of a section. You get 105 minutes, one single block of time, for everything, vocabulary, grammar, and the giant reading section. There are no scheduled breaks. It's totally up to you how you spend those 105 minutes, and that's exactly where things go wrong for so many people. Now, check out how the points work. Yeah, you need 90 out of 180 to pass overall. But, and this is so important, you also have to get at least 19 points in each individual section. You can't just be a rock star in vocabulary and completely bomb the reading section. You have to perform across the board, which makes how you spend your time on each part absolutely critical.
All right, so we've seen the trap. Now let's talk about the game plan to get you through it. This isn't just about studying harder, it's about being smarter on test day. Let's take a look.
Here it is. This is the time budget that successful test takers swear by. Step 1, you blitz through the vocabulary and grammar questions in 25 minutes tops. This part is a sprint. Step 2, you dedicate a massive 75 minutes, the huge majority of your time, to that tricky reading section. And step 3, which is totally non-negotiable, you leave 5 whole minutes at the end just to transfer your answers and review. You gotta be disciplined about this.
Okay, having a plan is one thing, but actually pulling it off when you're under pressure, that's a whole different ballgame. So let's get tactical. How do you actually move this fast and still get the answers right? For that first 25-minute sprint, your best friend is collocations. You know, learning which words and grammar points just naturally fit together. It helps your brain spot the right answer almost instantly. If you don't know something right away, just mark it and move on. Seriously, every minute you waste agonizing here is a minute you're stealing from the reading section later. And trust your gut. Your first instinct is usually the right one. Now for the main event, reading. Here's a great tip. Go for the long passages first. I know they look scary, but they have multiple questions attached, so you get more bang for your buck time-wise. Next, become a detective and hunt for paraphrasing. Authors love to repeat their main ideas using different words. Find that, and you've probably found the answer. And of course, the golden rule. Read the questions before you read the passage. It turns your reading into a focused search mission. Okay, before we finish up, I have to give you a few very serious warnings. These are the simple, tragic mistakes that cause people who are totally prepared to fail anyway. So listen close. This quote says it all. This person actually went back during their precious reading time to fix their answers in the vocabulary section. And what happened? They wasted time and actually changed right answers to wrong ones. Once you've made your choice in that first section, commit to it. Move on. But this might be the most painful story of all. A test taker saw the person next to them fill out every single question in the test booklet, but they completely ran out of time to bubble in the official answer sheet. When the proctor called time, their sheet was blank. All that study, all that hard work, gone. An instant fail. That 5-minute puffer we talked about, it's not a suggestion, it is your lifeline. I'm asking you this to really drive the point home. With a solid plan for your time, you won't be that person. You have what you need to avoid these simple, heartbreaking mistakes. So, There you have it. The JLPT N2 is more than a test of Japanese. It's a test of your strategy, your discipline, and your nerve. But now you have the roadmap. The only question left is, are you ready to execute the plan and beat that clock? I think you are. Good luck.